Hello there friends, Ken here. Welcome back to Invisible Inc. Tactical espionage, action, spy, heisting, cyberpunk-themed, international, banks. We're one day in, we're one mission in. We've got 72 hours, we've already used 12 of those. So we better get moving.
I've re-established contact with Monster. His network picked up the attack just before it hit us, and we're working to trace it back to the source. In the meantime, he's offered to sell us some of his more rarefied stock.
Greetings. I don't often perform transactions face-to-face, but Gladstone is an old friend. I'll contact you when anything becomes available.
Thank you, Monster. If we find their central server, we may be able to bring them down, or at least distract them long enough that they lose our trail. Continue scavenging operations, and I'll keep you posted as more intel develops.
Okay, good. So we've got Monster on our side now. He's going to be able to sell us bits and bobs as we go. We've already spent our credits. We have a quick look at our agents currently. We've got Internationale here, our hacking expert, with the ranged through-wall hacking. And she's got the neural disruptor, the melee weapon, and she's also got med gel to help get people up. Within storage, we've got this stim, which restores 4 AP. Quite potent. We could contemplate carrying it, but it will take up one of our slots and will be completely full right from the get-go. I'm kind of tempted to drop one of these med gels, but they're nice things to have around in an emergency. We've also got this message from Monster, so let's see what he has to say.
I'm taking a big risk selling to you right now, so don't make me regret it.
Okay, so we can sell him the stim for 200 creds. He's got a lock decoder. Place on a door to decode and disable the lock in 2 turns. That's pretty nifty. However, worth noting, it does take 2 turns, and we do have Banks, and we head over to Banks now and have a look at her. She's got the ability to unlock level 1 security doors without a pass card, so she can get through most doors anyway. So that's kind of not going to be too big of an issue. We've also given her these torque injectors that reduces her item cooldown, which is useful because it will reduce the cooldown on her disruptor, her melee weapon, and it'll also work on the paralyzer, which knocks out targets for an extra length of time if you've already knocked them down. Okay, well, we've also got Incognita, nothing too weird going on. We bought this hunter thing, which might come in handy soon. But let's get on with the missions. Right, so we've got 60 hours. The clock is ticking. We've got 4 options. FTM security dispatch in Havana.
This just got a priority shipment from a nearby weapons shop.
So this is going to be
testing some new gear there. Let's steal it.
a highly valued item to better equip our agents or to sell for profit. Kind of useful. It's very well guarded. We go on more info. It will say how we can get an item that would normally be quite expensive, but it will be free here. It's kind of a nice thing to think about. Here, the Cybernetics lab. It's going to give us free augments, which is quite potent. So that's the things we already had installed. And often you can expand how many augments you can take, which is quite nice. Plastech security dispatch.
This security office just got a priority.
This is another highly valued item, the like we had over here. And the nanofab vestibule.
Have advanced security protocols.
This is going to give us a wide variety of counterfeit goods.
The fabricator at this location
but
is compromised.
so this is going to be like a black market almost, it sounds like. So lots of tools. So it's going to be like quite an expansive shop. But if you don't have the money, it's not going to be very useful. And we currently are a bit lacking in money. So any of these are good options. This one is a level 1 security, so it'll be a little bit easier for it to get going. So maybe this is a good one to start off with. Take a little peek.
No one will mind if we borrow some time with one at
Gonna give us some cybernetic augments. Could get additional sockets. Let's give it a go. Boom. And you see, it took us about 10 hours to get over there. So you don't have a ton of time. You gotta make do with what you can. Right, we're on scene. Zap, and we're in. So we need to locate the CyberLab, and then we need to get out alive. And if we can, find and steal corporate credits. So we're at FTM, so each of the places we go to You remember there was Plastic, was another one. There were a couple of others. I don't remember all their names off the top of my head, but each security firm is an individual company, and that's important for a couple of reasons. Firstly, it affects what you might have, what kind of security they'll have, but also it sometimes you'll find like items in one company's location that will benefit you in another of their locations. So we can already see one of the augment drills, which is ideal thanks to Internationale. I'm a big fan of her. Let's see if Incognita can see much going on here. Not too much. Right. Well, I think what we should do, we should clock this thing on, the fusion. That's going to start clocking up our power. And we can also use the parasite. Might as well use one this turn on here. And then we can wait until the next turn on the other one if we want. Or we could spend 1 power. We can afford to spend 1 power. Because we might run into quite a few things coming up quickly. So we can always hack the power off here. In fact, probably might as well do it right now. See, it gives us 2 power, 1 from the console and 1 from her hacking benefit. And there'll be another one here, 1 power plus 1 bonus. We could grab that, but we're going to be sticking near it anyway, most likely. So let's go to the door with Banks first. Have a peek. Okay, 1 guard. We can observe his movements. So he's patrolling, so he's going to turn around and come this way. So we need to make a decision about whether we can get all the way over to him or not. If we crack this door, looks like we can actually hide. See those little eye symbols? We can hide from him here. I don't think we'd be able to get to him. This is already 5 AP. I don't think we'd be able to get to him from here ordinarily. So maybe we'll keep Internationale in here. In fact, maybe what we'll do is we'll move her over here for a second and see if she can spot anything else. Always good to have a little scout around with her because of her wireless capabilities. And we'll close the door so it doesn't arouse too much suspicion, and hopefully this guy will turn around. And he's gone through that door. Okay, that's very interesting. Good to know that. Right, and it's unlocked our things that we planted the parasites on. So, let's get moving. First port of call is probably to go check what this guy, where this guy's at. Okay, so he's in here now. We'll bring Internationale in. We can close this door. And I kind of want Banks to come over here and have a peek. This room seems pretty quiet for the most part. Okay, we're looking alright there. Internationale, go scout out what this guy can do. So we'll go in. In fact, we can't. Well, we can open the door. Will that let us see him? We can't actually quite see him standing there, so we can't predict his movements. But that's fine. We'll close the door for now so as not to arouse too much suspicion. We'll get a peek in. But then what we'll do is we'll set up down here ambush. So if he comes through this door, Internationale will take him out with a melee attack. And I think we can kind of leave things there for now. Let's see if there's anything else we can hack. Nope, not yet. So this laser fence, we can see it's linked to power grid K6. So sometimes there'll be multiple power grids in a level. Uh-oh. He's seen us. Okay. I'm interested to see if this works. If we can just Okay, no, that doesn't work.
Know how much time and money has gone
Right,
into
okay.
my agents' training. I won't have you wasting company resources that way. Get them back to the jet.
I love this option here. You can deliver final words and say, alright, it's all over. But we don't want that. So let's rewind. You see we have 3 rewinds remaining. Boom, and it takes us back to the start of last turn. So now, we know this guy's going to come back through that door this time. So we're going to have to be a bit more cautious. So maybe if we head to this door first, just get our peek in, just to make sure nothing weird's changed. In fact, what we could do is move Banks in here and keep her safe like that. Bring Internationale through. And put her into ambush mode, like so. We can also have a peek if we want. Ambush ready. Okay, great. So that's a good example of the rewind function in action. See, there we go, you see? Brilliant. Now you have to be careful that you don't overuse those, because as we saw, we've only got 3 of them. So we do have to be quite careful about how we go about things. Let's drag this guy through here. Drop him down, see if he's got anything on him. Security passcode, that's useful for Internationale because she doesn't have the lockpick. Nothing going on in here, it seems. No weird doors out of here, so we'll move Banks back out for now. Internationale can kind of move forward if we want. We can move her up a little bit, and we can bring Banks, pin this guy, and we do have the option to paralyze him, but we're not going to do that for now because we've got him pinned anyway, so he's not going to clock down his turns yet. Okay, so it's all fairly quiet. Let's see if there's anything we can get done. We want to grab this while we're still nearby it, because we might not stick around near it much longer. We can head here and see if there's anything going on in the cooker. A single shot lethal sniper with 1 armor piercing, but it's only got 1 shot and that's it. So it's like a real last minute. Penetration scanner gives +1 armor piercing to melee weapons. That's quite useful, but it costs 650 credits, which we don't have. So for now, we'll pass. Okay, let's take Internationale up to this door. See what's going on in here. Seems fairly quiet. Looks like this is probably going to be the way we're going to want to come down into the Cybernetics lab. So, I think maybe we want to get this guy paralyzed for now. And you'll see this is on a 5-turn cooldown because we have the reduced cooldown ability. We'll have a peek through here. See what's going on. Looks like a classroom of some sort. Interesting. And we'll move over here so we're not right next to the door. We can unlock this door, but sadly we can't also look through it. So another thing to note, opening doors doesn't cost action points. And if you peek through an open door, you can see more. You see, we can already see more. We could peek again, but actually wouldn't see any more than we already have done. We might as well close it for now, because we don't want to attract suspicion if someone walks in here. But we don't need to grab this power either, because we'll get another 3 at the end of this turn. And then we can fusion again. Fusion working out really well for us so far. I'm pretty happy with how that one turned out. It pays off pretty quickly. So we can definitely break this firewall. In fact, we probably should have done that last turn because it would have been free. Let's have a peek through here. Okay, so you see we can't see very much. If we open the door, much better range of vision. There's not too much going on in there. So I think we might want to take Banks through into this room. What's going on over here? I saw something ping. Oh, it's a safe. Okay, well, let's get a parasite on here as well. So these safes are pretty much just going to give us money. And the kind of the downside, I guess, to the way we're operating with the parasites is that because it takes a turn for these to tick on, you have to wait for that turn to pass. So we can't hack it and then immediately get stuff out of it. So we need to kind of stand nearby while this turn ticks on. So let's end this turn. And our security's gone up. So the cameras are about to come on. So this camera you see is about to come on. The camera here about to come on. I feel like we should close this door. It's kind of a matter of priority. We can get up to this safe. As long as we're next to it, we can grab the stuff out of it. Just some credits, but always useful. We'll get Banks over here. We'll go check out what's going on over that way. Let's see if we can hack these cameras. Okay, I imagine that they'll hack at the same turn they turn on, so they won't actually see us. But I'll be interested to note that. Maybe we'll be cautious and kind of get in here, which should hopefully be out of its line of sight. If we go here, we can peek through this door. Okay, so you see there's a guard over here who is stationary, which is going to be a slightly difficult thing to deal with, but I think we'll be able to. I think we'll find a way to do it, even if it's just opening this door and lowering him over. That may well be the easiest thing to do. Okay, we'll end our turn. So it did tick down, but it did look like it maybe clocked on first. So I'm interested to note whether that actually functions for us or not. And having the vision in this room is actually quite useful because we may have to bring Banks back through here in a minute. There may be stuff down here. I actually think our exit might be over here possibly. Be nice to know that. Okay. So we can peek again and we'll see the entire room now. And if we move over here, that's going to use all our AP. But it should be okay. We'll close this door, which puts this room in the dark, but realistically, this guy is probably the only one who's going to come in there. And I'm going to go and hang out here, because I think this is probably fairly safe. We can put the ambush down, if we want, just in case someone does wander through that door. You can open the door. As a side note, we could open this door and just be like, hey, what's on the other side? But it's a bit of a risk, for sure. Anything else going on so far? It doesn't look like it. It seems fairly quiet. I suppose we should also use our power while it's off cooldown. So I think I'm going to crack this door.
Did you see that?
You see, this guy's been intrigued because he's gone, hang on. Something's going on here. And we wait for him because he won't be able to see around this corner. You see, this is hidden from the enemy, but they're curious about it, so he should make his way over. Sadly, he didn't quite get there, which means we're going to have to wait till next turn. I want to make sure I've got ambush on. But I think once it's lit up like that, it's got this big thing around it, that means it's ready to go. So Internationale is going to have a fairly quiet turn, all told. Banks can get a bit more done, hopefully. Okay, interesting. So it looks like there's probably a camera in here, if I was going to guess. Yep, it is indeed. You can kind of tell from the way the things lay out. We'll close that door for now because it's not essential to us. I'll grab this. We do miss out on a power by not doing it with Internationale. But also, you know, Internationale's not nearby, and she may never come over this way. So here's our exit. Looks like there's also a camera, probably up here, from the way this looks. Because you can see, it looks like it's going across here, being cut off across here. So I think maybe our camera's up in this corner. I wonder if we can just pop the door on that one. No, so we can't see it because we can't see into this corner. Okay, but that's fine. That's interesting. When we were here, we were able to see this. So I wonder if, because we were here, we'd have seen it in this corner, which means it's obviously in this corner here. Which would actually let us see more of the room. Because this wouldn't see the old exits. So we end our turn. Hopefully Internationale got things under control. Now we're going to want to start thinking about Banks coming down. This guy's about to wake up, which would be like a minor issue, but probably not too big a deal. We'll grab this guy's cred chip, because we're troublemakers. And we can close this door for now, just in case anything weird happens. So this door here looks like a super secret security door, and I think that might be one that we need an extra passcode to get into. We don't have access to that, sadly, because we haven't yet found that in the facility, which is a shame, but that's the way these things go. So we're gonna have a quick peek over here and see what's going on down here, I think. Okay. Anything else to do? I think we're kind of short of moving Internationale around, but I want to keep this guy pinned down. This chap will get up, but he may not have anywhere specific to go, and we've got vision of a couple of these places anyway, so we should be okay. We'll keep a semi-close eye on him and see what he does. See, he hops up. So his immediate response is to check where he was attacked from, which that was a long time ago, buddy. We've moved on. Okay, so it all seems fairly quiet over here. Oh, there we go. There is a kind of tasty cred machine, so we'll grab that. And we'll hang out in here so we can grab it on the way out. Always good to be greedy, right? Never runs you into trouble. So we'll head over here. I believe this door requires like a special thing, which I think that is what I was.
The CYBERLAB is up ahead. Let's get some.
So this is the CYBERLAB. So there's two of them, and maybe there's something over here we don't actually know. So we want really to regroup now. Can we drag this guy anywhere? No. Sadly not. She's not strong enough to take him anywhere. That's fine. We'll keep him pinned down for now. I think that's our best bet. We'll keep an eye and see where this guy goes. He's probably going to go in here, so we'll not know where he goes after that. So now the firewalls are getting stronger, which is going to be a slight pain because of our hacking device, which, as you see, is now going to take a second turn to break that. I'm sad that didn't break on the turn that we placed it. Can you put like a second one on? No, okay. So we're just going to have to wait a couple of turns for that. So we have to decide if we want Banks to hang out here. I think we probably do. Just check out there's nothing else going on in here. We'll close this door. We've got view of this anyway, but it's good to, make sure no one can see in unnecessarily. And we'll use our time that we've got to move this guy very slowly to a slightly more secure location. We need to keep an eye on the security level, but we can start ticking through these turns, I think. This chap over here doesn't seem to have come back in. He can't go through this barrier, so we know that he must be in one of these three rooms. So until he comes back in here, shouldn't be too much of a danger to us. I'm not going to worry too much about what's down here. Maybe I'll take a peek on the way out if I get an opportunity. Yeah, well, we're going to have to come back this way anyway, probably, so we'll grab our stuff. We can seal this off. So we've got options. We could take everything on Incognito, on Internationale, because we don't actually have to bring Banks over here. But if we don't, then she'll never be able to use this. And also, it's worth noting, these things knock out your agents for a moment, so you kind of don't want them left on their own, because could get a little bit hairy. Okay, so click on, make good progress. We've broken the seals on here. I'm gonna bring this guy, we're gonna put him we'll put him here, like right between the two, because that's gonna be a good place for us to check stuff out. Banks can come. Is going down this corridor our best bet? No, not necessarily. So let's go through this room. I do kind of want to check out what's over here, but I feel like maybe we should do that on the way out, because if we need to make a quick escape, then we can avoid doing it. But if we do it now, and then it bites us later, it bites us in the back end later, that'll be no good. Okay. Banks, what are you up to? You need to come through here. We need to be a little bit careful, because that dude might show up. And we can see into this room, so we can see he's not there currently. But But because we can't get out of the room instantly, I'm going to hide up against this wall rather than just hanging out in the middle of nowhere, in case he wanders back in this way. Okay, so we can see in here there's a power grid. We pop into incognita. We can get the hacks on everything. We've got loads of power. In fact, we can grab some more power. Could even grab more power here, but we don't necessarily need to. I'll peek just to make sure, but we don't need to go in there. Okay, right. I'm going to wait until everyone else gets here. Well, until Banks gets over here before we go any further. So let's just end the turn. And you see he's on his way back in. But he can't currently see over here. So we can dash to here. Shut this door. And then start making our way over. And Internationale doesn't have too much to do right now. You can just kind of hang out. We could theoretically have a wait. Oh, looks like he's making a dash for the security room. Okay. So we do need to be careful here. So you see we've turned the power off, and that's turned this that's turned off this laser grid. Now I don't necessarily want the laser grid off. So I'm going to toggle it back on for now because it might let them have access in a way that we don't necessarily want them to. We can close this because we've got decent vision on stuff. He shouldn't be able to sprint all the way in here, even if he's rushing. Okay. So this guy doesn't have anything specific to do. We know he's come through this door. We'll have to be a little bit careful of him. Oh, interesting. So there is actually a guard in here as well. But this chap's stationary, so we could just get in and cause him no end of trouble. I wonder if we can interact with this from here. Okay. So we've got options. We can either have a new socket, or we can have skeletal suspension, which improves the speed of dragging. Now we don't actually have skeletal suspension. Oh, we don't have another slot for it. So we could put it on Internationale. But I think we're going to get an extra socket for Banks. So you'll see that knocks her out. Okay, interesting. So some of this stuff's being recaptured.
We must have triggered something in their telemetry. They're toggling the power onto some of the devices we've taken.
Move this guy just in case someone comes through this door. I think that's probably smart. She's out of vision, so she should be okay. We'll get into incognita. This guy is... No, okay, he's not rebooting. The power on this is rebooting. That's fine. And we'll also hack this as well. We've got plenty of power, so there's no real reason not to. We might as well also do this, because it will keep clocking our power up in case we have to suddenly start spending a bunch. Oof, I'm so glad we moved when we did. Okay, this is intense. I don't know where he's going to go. But I think our best bet is just to not move. For now. And we'll go in and we'll hack this because we can. And it's good to do it. We'll see where this guy goes. Let's predict his movement. Okay, so he's going to go up this way. Hopefully then Banks will wake up and we'll be in an okay position. Like an idiot, he's looking at the wall here. And there we go. She's back up. And just in time as well. Got him. And we can jab him in as well. To keep his pin amount quite high. So let's take a look here and see what we've got on this machine. Chameleon movement. So whenever you become cloaked, you gain 6 AP. Or you just gain 6 AP all the time? But it also triggers if you become cloaked? I mean, it sounds real good. Let's give it a go.
Augment installed.
Why not? If we need to get a cloak for it, maybe we'll get a cloak down the line. But at the moment, we can't really afford to be knocked out for that many turns anyway, so I think it's probably in our best interests to get that one done. Can we drag this guy to here? Yeah, we can, okay. I think that might be a little bit safer because it will protect us from the vision of this door in case someone comes blitzing through. Okay, now we have to decide if we want these credits or not. I'm not feeling like it's essential, to be honest. But, I mean, the problem is that it's very difficult to get to this guy from where he's positioned because we can't get... From here, we can't attack him. And from here, he'll see us. So I think we're just going to leave him be. Let sleeping guards lie and all that. Sadly, we can't go through this door to get into this extra augment drill because we don't have a security card for it. Now, Banks can get... not Banks. You can find those at other facilities. So sometimes one of the things you'll find at a facility, you'll remember when I was talking earlier about certain facilities having... more guards are coming in. Okay, so it looks like guards are coming in over here, so maybe we don't want to head over that way. We've kind of got what we came for. So we can, you know, we got some credits as well. We can think about just, you know, getting the HEC out of here. Looks like we're clean in here. Although there could be a guard coming through this way. I'm going to turn this power on. Because it will stop this chap coming through this way. Which means we should be safe to go here. Because the guard who is over here is now over there unconscious. Whereas we know there's a guard over here somewhere who's wandering. We do have to be very careful of. Okay, so he's over there. We don't know quite what he's doing. I think we'll close this door for now, just in the interest of safety. But we know we can move down this way now. We'll close this door. Always good to shut your tracks behind you. It doesn't take much for them to open a door, but it's good practice, I think, to close them. Wait, did that guy just go through the door, or did it knock him out? I mean, I figured it would knock him out. But maybe because he's got like some kind of guard preference, it's not actually doing it. Right, this guy's gone up this way. So I think we can get in here. We'll have a peek as well, see if we can see where he is at. I think he must have gone up into the exit room. Okay, easy does it. We're on full get out mode right now. That's my #1 priority. There's no fancy tricks here. We just want out of here before anything else happens. Okay. Now we can get here is noticed by the enemy. I can't actually remember if that means that we're that he'd see us or not. Where's he going to go? Is he going to turn around? Okay. It kind of makes me want to just wait an extra turn. I wonder if I should go here and just set up the ambush just in case. I don't know if this guy's going to come through.
Looking around.
Okay, so this guy woke up. He's doing his bit. We'll get Banks over here. We know this chap's here. So we'll get ambush ready. And we could go up to here. That might be dangerous. I think maybe going to here is better, because then he won't see us. Because as we saw last time, if he sees us, he might freeze in the doorway. So hopefully here he won't actually see us. And we'll be able to make it out. There we go. And now the last problem we have is this door here. An elite enforcer has come in and it's pinpointed an agent location. Okay, so they know where we're at. So they know where Internationale is. So they're going to close in on that location. A little bit scary, but it's fine. Oh man, this is the only thing. Is this going to take 2 turns to do? We might be able to just get out this turn. I'm not sure where they're going to come from. And whether it's just worth making a break for it. This guy got anything? Doesn't look like it. I'm going to move them over here because I think they're more like this. This guy's going to come in this way. I don't think anyone's going to come in that way, but we'll see. We'll zap him. And I think we'll move to here. I think it might actually be the safest place. Because I think they're going to come down here. And like he's going to immediately go to there first. If needs be, we may be able to make a dash next turn before anything happens. He's putting a scanning drone. Luckily, we weren't anywhere near him. So we've got to make a decision here about if we just bolt for it or not. Or whether we wait for him. So let's see where he's going to go. He's hunting, but he's going to go this way. So I'm going to wait the turn and see. Uh-oh. Okay, he turned around. Which is, you know, I've been in better situations. I don't think there's any way for us to like this guy will shoot us the minute we move. Yeah, okay. So we need to get back. Bam. So instead we've just got to make a bolt for it.
Hey, investigating.
So they've seen us on the cameras. Shut the door. But it's okay, because although they've seen us on the cameras, we're already here. And we're already gone.
They say augmentation.
Okay, so that's interesting. I've never really dealt with running into cameras before.
In this case, I'd say
But now we know how that
not
works.
having augments would be far more dangerous.
Which is if you're about to make a bolt, you can just go through the camera. It wasn't the cleanest we've ever done, but we made it out. And we got what we went in for, which is we got an extra augment slot on Banks, and we got this chameleon movement on Internationale, which may actually not be useful at all, but I'm interested to see how it works.
I've got something you might be interested in.
Ooh,
I need a quick decision. This thing's hot.
pretty cool. The ventricular lance gives extra armor piercing, which lets us get through people like that security guard who might have some armor on them. It will let us punch through and do the extra damage to take them out. It's a possibility for sure. I kind of feel like I want to upgrade the speed on Banks so she can get around and start doing stuff. Not too much else to worry about for now. But now we've got speed skill level 2. We could have the stim. And like we could take the medgel off. So the thing with this is this will let us get a downed. I tried to say dying and downed at the same time. Try to get like one of the downed agents up. But if they're in different positions and one of them gets knocked down and then we take out the guard, then we can get the other person back up. But I don't know that we need to carry it with us all the time. So I'm going to go with that for now.
Pattern analysis inconclusive. Please supply additional information and retry.
Damn it, we're running blind out here. I spent years building up our central network. We'd know exactly where to strike if we had that kind of access.
Power reserves critical. Entering standby mode.
Carry on, operator. We'll figure something out.
Alright, so not too many places to head for now. In fact, we've only got the ones we saw before. This is definitely a lot tougher than when I last played it. There's definitely a lot fewer options in our arsenal. So I think probably one of these is going to be our best bet. And so you see here's another FTM location. Over here is a Plastic location. This one's a lot quicker to get to, so this may be where we end up going next time. But for now, that's going to do it for this episode of Invisible Ink. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, be sure to bop that like button and subscribe to the channel if you want to see some more Invisible Ink or plenty of other games as well, of course. I've been Ken. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers!